Welcome back to Liminal Planet. I recently attended a huge photography event in Boston, and I just want to share a little bit of my experience with you guys. As you can see, I have changed locations because as soon as I started recording, the wind just got too loud and all the footage was unusable. So I'm in my room now, and unless my fridge wants to start acting up, we should be good. So I just wanted to make a video talking about my experience at a recent camera photography expo event. If you're from the Northeast, you probably have heard of this if you're a photographer or filmmaker. It was held at a place called Hunt's Photo Video. They have a few stores in the Northeast of the United States, and I couldn't recommend them enough if you're from around here. If you're ever looking for stuff that tends to be out of stock in lots of different online stores, then Hunt's is a good sneaky option. They usually keep a good stock of some very popular stuff. So first of all, I just want to say that as a new photographer myself, it was a lot of fun to go to an event meeting all different types of people in photography, filmmaking, from amateurs like myself to professionals, experts in their fields. There was brand reps from all the major camera brands, Sony, Canon, Nikon, FUJIFILM, even some like lighting brands, like there was reps from Godox, there was reps from Small Rig. So it was just really nice to meet and talk to a lot of different people coming from different avenues of that world. I got the chance to test out some lenses that I've been looking at for Sony, so that was really awesome. I even got the chance to put my SD card into a FUJIFILM Externa 55, I think that's what it's called. The FUJIFILM cinema camera. I didn't even know these existed until I saw a giant black box sitting on the FUJIFILM desk, and I was like, that's crazy. But I am very pissed about the footage that I did end up getting. It was an awesome camera, fully rigged out, but obviously, you know, this was a very popular stand, the FUJIFILM stand, and there was a lot of people around checking out different things. So I felt a little rushed. I didn't want to take too much time, you know, setting up my SD card into this camera and testing out all the different functions. No, I just wanted to kind of hit record and see what happened. So I wasn't able to figure out that this footage is in manual focus mode. The IBIS wasn't even turned on. So the footage I got was pretty bad with this awesome camera, which is pretty ironic, but nonetheless, it was fun to use it. And honestly, I've been interested in the Fujifilm line, so it was good to check out their other cameras that were around. So shout out to Fujifilm. The next thing I want to talk about is some of the classes that they held. There were different events or seminars that you could attend during this weekend event. Most of them were free admission, but there were a limited amount of slots, so you couldn't just sign up for everything. You could only sign up for certain things, and once they were filled up, that was it. You couldn't really get in, unfortunately. But I think I got to experience some of the best events there was as an amateur photographer. So the first event I want to talk about is a portrait session, and this was geared toward using a flash when there's already outdoor harsh sunlight, trying to get different creative effects in a portrait. And they did have a dedicated model for this shoot, which was awesome. I didn't know that this was going to happen. I thought it was going to be, I don't know, photographing the other photographers there, which would have been fine. But no, there was a professional model there, so that was awesome. And taking a look at a few of my shots here, I'm really pleased with some of the shots I was able to get. In most of the photos I got, the flash wasn't even hooked up to my camera, so I wasn't necessarily using the flash that was the intended use of the class. But I thought it was just a good opportunity to get as much experience as I could shooting a subject in a portrait setting. During this event, unfortunately, they did not have any cameras or lenses that you could lend, so I just had to use my own lens, which is fine. But I didn't exactly bring a portrait specific lens. I had my Sony 50mm f2.5 lens, which, don't get me wrong, is pretty good for portraits. As you can see, I think these came out pretty good, but there was definitely some better options as far as portrait lenses when it comes to Sony. But again, nonetheless, I'm very pleased with how a lot of these came out. I don't think these photos are like crazy good or quote unquote professional, or like, I don't know if I could sell these. Like if someone paid for a portrait session with me, I don't know if these would fit the bill as professional, but they still look really good, and I'm happy to get the experience that I did. But honestly, most of the props goes to the model herself. She was great at, you know, striking different poses. I didn't really know what to say when it was my turn to photograph her. I was just like, yeah, do your thing, and I'm just gonna snap some shots. But some people were giving her different requests or poses, but no, I was just like, do your thing, and I'll see what I can get. There was also a teacher there who was a professional himself, who was kind of guiding the class along, and he did a good job of picking good spots for the photos to be taken, and he had some good pointers as well, so it was nice to get some advice from him. One thing I will say though, first of all, I think there's sometimes some discourse, maybe it's just online, but there tends to be a narrative that photography can be kind of gatekeepy and a little judgmental and kind of comparative between photographers. But at this event as a whole, every attendee that I ran into, like every customer at this event, was great to meet. Really nice people, just wanted to enjoy checking out different camera gear and attending the classes. All the attendees were great, but some of the teachers and also some of the brand reps that were hosting the event, more or less, they could be a little condescending at times. Not all of them, but this particular teacher at the portrait class, he was very, let's just say he wanted to move things along, and he didn't really have much time for someone who wanted to perfect or get a sort of specific creative look at this portrait session. There was one guy in particular, he was clearly a new photographer, and he didn't know the controls on his camera too well. It took him a bit longer than everyone else to get a specific look in camera before he was taking photos, and I guess according to the teacher, he took a bit too long, and the teacher was just a bit condescending and yada-yadaing his advice to him. And honestly, in the grand scheme of things, we had a lot of time for everyone to take a lot of photos. Each person got about 10-15 minutes, and it wasn't any different from this guy. This guy just wanted to take a bit more time to dial in the settings and take his time and really be intentional with the photos that he was taking, which honestly I can respect. Even if you're a newbie and you haven't done these things before, this was the opportunity to try. So I didn't care. No one else cared except the teacher. So it was kind of weird, but you know, nevertheless, it was a good portrait session, and I had a good experience. So the other event that I attended was a night shoot fire juggling show. This consisted of 3 fire jugglers. They were carrying around flaming swords, axes, and nunchucks, and even doing some flame breathing. And photography aside, it was really cool to see that. I had never seen a fire show, so that was pretty cool. But at this event, there was a couple things to keep in mind from a photography perspective. Because this was a night shoot, right away we're already not working with very much light. Apart from the fire, there really wasn't much light at all. As well, some of these performers were dancing or moving pretty fast during their whole act. So using higher shutter speeds to try to stop that motion and get a clean image meant that you had to crank up your ISO or keep a wide open lens. So there was a lot of things to juggle as far as getting clean images while this event was going on. I should also mention that this event was sponsored by Sony. So the Sony stand had one each of every model and most of their popular lenses. So you had to be first in line if you really wanted to pick and choose what you wanted to use. I was hoping to try out the 70-200 f2.8 lens. I think that's a great entry into the telephoto type of range. And I thought that those focal lengths would produce really interesting photographs at this event. But nonetheless, the person just before me picked out the 70-200 lens, so I couldn't try that out, unfortunately. But I did get to use the 24-70 Mark II lens, and this is a very popular lens as well with a decent zoom range, so I was pretty happy to try that out. And taking a look at some of the photos here, I mean, I am really pleased with how some of these came out. There wasn't much opportunity to move around a lot. They sort of had a fenced off area around the fire lane funnily enough. So that was pretty comical. Some of these photos that I was able to capture, I'm really happy with. For most of my photos, I was using very high shutter speeds to, like I said, freeze that action. This was taken at 1/400, but you can see, apart from the fire, it's a very dark scene. I think ultimately it's a cool photo, but still, there isn't much light to go around here. I did experiment a little bit with some slower shutter speeds, but it was really hit or miss with a lot of the slower shutter speeds. You really had to catch a perfect moment where maybe the model wasn't moving as much as their fire tool, their sword, or their whatever they were holding. Some of them came out okay, but a lot more of the faster shutter speed photos I thought came out better. I really had a great time experimenting with different functions of my camera while this was going on. This went on for about 2 hours, so we really had a long time to take different photos, try to get different angles. I was trying from different focal lengths, and I think I got a decent range of usable photos. One thing I will say is that over these 2 hours at this event, I shot around 12,000 photos. I didn't really think I would shoot that much going in, but you know, while this is going on, you don't really want to miss a moment. Even though they're doing essentially the same things over and over, flipping around different weapons that are on fire, like I wanted to try to capture the best photo. So my finger was really loose on that shutter. And again, same as the portrait event. I mean, shout out to these models and performers. They did a great job. They put on a good show for 2 hours for a group of, I don't know, 30 to 40 photographers. It was a free event, so I do hope they were getting paid by someone at least. And like I said, here's some photos of this guy breathing fire. I think I got some really cool photos of that. I had never seen someone breathe fire before. He had to drink this oil, and he really looked displeased before and after he spat his fire. So I don't know if I'll ever be doing that, but shout out to this dude for drinking oil. If you're a new photographer, or even someone who doesn't even have a camera but is curious about the whole camera photography filmmaking world, I really recommend going to an event like this. Like I said, everyone I met at the event who was attending was really nice, and everyone was happy to share about their experiences taking photos, share critiques and tips, and it was just overall a great experience to meet like-minded people. As a new photographer myself, there's a lot of times of doubt or feeling like, oh, this should be an easy photo to take, but I just can't seem to nail whatever it may be, the camera settings, editing, and it's just nice to know that there are lots of other people like that out there, and going to these events will show you that really everyone's in the same boat. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed hearing about this event. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the photos and footage I was able to get, and I hope it inspired you to attend an event like this. I also want to apologize for failing on my promise of posting once a week. I knew it was a hefty goal, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to be working on some other videos coming up, and I'm going to be trying to achieve once a week posting. I feel like I set a bar for myself where if I don't have enough to share or this or that, then I can't post the video. But you know, I don't want to take this channel too seriously. I mean, I do want to make interesting, exciting content that people want to watch, but ultimately I'm supposed to be the one that takes joy in making videos, and I do. It's just hard when you set such a high bar for yourself, which I seem to have done. So I don't know, maybe you'll be seeing some more on-the-fly type videos. I don't want to become a vlogger. Like, I don't really want to do vlogs, but I don't know. You might be seeing just some off-the-cuff type videos talking about whatever. So anyone who wants to stick around and watch whatever I may make, I love you. Please attack the like button, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.